And what causes the cleft palates?
Really nobody knows. There's no question that it's partly genetic.
Mm-hmm.
It does tend to run in families, although it can happen out of a clear blue sky. And the thinking nowadays is that there's a genetic tendency which may be triggered by something which we don't know that happens in the first few weeks of pregnancy. So it's partly genetic and partly environmental, and there's a lot of research going on, but nothing so far has really turned out.
How do these deformities affect the children, health-wise and society-wise?
Well, really in two ways. From a health standpoint, with a cleft palate or even a cleft lip, it's very hard for them to nurse and get adequate nutrition. It takes about 3 or 4 times as long to fill their stomach as a normal child without a cleft lip. And with a cleft palate, it's very hard to get the suction, the negative pressure, to breastfeed or even feed from a bottle. So from a health standpoint, malnutrition is a huge issue. Mm-hmm. But the other important factor is an emotional and social one. Many times in some societies, these kids are regarded as spawns of the devil. They're cursed and they get ostracized. I've operated on kids, for example, who've been kept in cupboards all their lives because the family is so deathly ashamed of having neighbors and friends see these children, because there's an implication that they have done something bad for God to punish them by having a deformed baby. So it can have huge social effect.
How do the toys that I produce and have the community help me with, how do they meet the needs of everyone?
Oh, they're absolutely wonderful. As you can imagine, these children are from usually very poor backgrounds, rather uneducated parents. And here we are, a group of foreigners dressed funny in pajamas and masks and caps, the different colored skin, and we're taking them off to put them to sleep for an operation, and they don't really know what's going to happen to them. They're terrified. The families are usually terrified, and to have something nice and simple and cuddly and normal like a little toy, you should just see the smile on their faces when they see these beautiful little puppets that you and your friends have made. They're wonderful.
Do the toys provide comfort?
They do. I remember in China very recently where I was, and where I took a number of your puppets, which were beautiful. There was one little child who just hugged it to his chest. He wouldn't let go. He held it all the way through being put to sleep, the anesthesia. He had it kind of cradled in his arms while we were doing the surgery, and the first thing he saw when he woke up was his new friend, the puppet. So it really made it very, very nice for him. They just seem much more peaceful and much more accepting and much happier with something that's theirs, special to love.
How important is it to continue this project?
Well, Nikki, I think it's tremendously important. The 2 times that I've been overseas and taken the toys, they've been incredibly well received and have made a lot of difference to the comfort of the children. I mean, look at things like these beautiful friendship bracelets for the older children. And look, wouldn't anybody just love to wake up and see this staring them in the face? Well, saying, "Wake up, little person." I don't know, maybe that would scare me. I don't know. But there's some beautiful, beautiful toys. The rattles for the younger, the real infants, and these gorgeous things. I gather this was made by quite a young child, I think your mom told me. Mm-hmm. But anyway, they're fantastic. They're really great. And now that Operation Smile is growing enormously, we're probably going to be doing about 30 or so missions this year alone. So the more of these wonderful toys and puppets we can have, the better. So I would encourage you to involve your friends and colleagues as much as possible in making these. And if I can't take them myself, we've got a number of people who go on missions, nurses and others, and I can always give them to them to take, and they love it.
For once in my life, I see pure love staring right back at me.
And And what are the future missions coming up that the toys will be used at?
Oh gosh, Operation Smile is just growing by leaps and bounds. Last year there was something like 40 different missions in about 25 or 28 countries. So I'm actually going later on this year, in 2009, I'm going in a couple of months to Egypt, and then I'm going to India. There's a mission that left yesterday for Costa Rica with a friend of mine, and I gave her some of your dolls too to take with her. She was very thrilled with that.
I played you a sweet song and you sang along in your heart, your eyes and soul, you are my angel.
Every child has the basic right to smile. I hope you will join me in supporting Operation Smile and the Comfort Buddies Project.